Hello all, now let's understand about introduction to MySQL server. There are many RDBMS systems that are available in the market for managing the databases. The most popular among them is MySQL. MySQL is an open source relational database management system, that is RDBMS, and it is based on structured query language, which is a language to manage the database and perform crude operations such as create, read, update and delete. Here we will discuss the MySQL server. Now let's brief the journey of MySQL. It was first created and owned by a Swedish company named MySQL AB. With its first initial release in the year 1995 May 23. In 2008, MySQL AB was acquired by Sun Microsystems in 1 billion deal, and in 2010 Sun Microsystems were further acquired by Oracle. The latest version of MySQL Server is 8.0, which was released on April 19, 2018. It can virtually run on any platform such as Linux, Solaris and Windows, and it is the most popular and most widely RDBMS because it is an open source and freeware DB server that provides much advanced database functionalities. So for example, Google, Facebook, Yahoo and lots of other tech giants have employed MySQL to enhance their data processing capabilities. MySQL is a very important component for LAMP, which is a web development platform with Linux as an operating system, Apache as the web server, MySQL as RDBMS and PHP as a programming language. Nevertheless, Python or Perl can be used as well instead of PHP as the programming or scripting language. It can be used everywhere where the data needs to be stored in a relational manner, that is in a tabular format. Every table has a primary key and rows can relate to each other using this primary key. So here we want to discuss about the architecture of MySQL server. The architecture of MySQL mainly consists of some of the following components, that is MySQL server, MySQL clients, data directory and storage engine. MySQL is based on a client server model. Here it is a MySQL instance where the actual data is getting stored and processed. This component is responsible for processing and incoming queries coming from MySQL clients and manipulates the database tables. It also responsible for accepting database connections that are coming from MySQL clients. Here is the important programs of MySQL server component are. So first is the MySQL. It is a MySQL server daemon program. It runs in the background and manages requests from MySQL clients. Then next point is MySQL DSafe. It is a program that restarts and server whenever an error occurs. This was one safety feature of this program. The other one is that it maintains the logs for the runtime information to an error log. Then next is MySQL server. It is a MySQL utility that has been provided to start the MySQL DSafe script. Then next is MySQL DMulti. So this program is used to manage the MySQL processes that listen for connections on a different connection channels like TCP/IP, Unix sockets, etc. Then we move on to the MySQL clients. The MySQL clients are basically the utilities used for communicating with the MySQL server. In other words, there are the programs that communicate with the MySQL server. Examples of MySQL clients are any program like Perl, PHP, Java, MySQL, MySQL admin and tools such as MySQL dump, MySQL check and MyISAM check. So important programs under MySQL clients are MySQL is an SQL shell where one can write and execute SQL statements. It can be interactive or non-interactive. When used iteratively, results are written in a tabular format, while non-interactive usage returns the result in a tab separated format. Second point is MySQL admin is a client for administrating MySQL server. It can be used to check configuration files, update them to check for the current status of the server and also to create and drop the databases, etc. MySQL dump is a client utility and a database backup program that performs logical backups. MySQL check and MySAM check are clients that are used to perform maintenance on database tables like repairing, optimizing and analyzing the tables. Then next point is data directory. The data directory contains the actual data that is being stored as a result of ongoing operations over any applications or software or servers. It includes databases, tables, log files, stored procedures, etc. So to know the default location for data directory in Linux is used this shell command. Then for the default location for data directory in Windows, we can use this path. Then the name of the configuration file which contains the path for data directory is mysqld.cnf. So cnf can be found at some configuration file path. So it is indeed possible to change the storage location for data directory in case someone runs out of the allocated space. So please go through this article and explain beautifully how it can be achieved. The next point is storage engine. A storage engine is a software module that is being used by RDBMS to perform CRUD operations, that is create, read, update and delete. The storage engines, that are two types in MySQL. First is transactional and second one is non-transactional. The main difference between the transactional and non-transactional storage engines is that the transactional tables will record all the database operations in a log file. So even if MySQL crashes, you can still get your data back. While this is not the case with non-transactional engines, to print out non-transactional engines are much faster and they are also have lower disk space requirements. Below are some of the storage engines that is being used by MySQL. The most widely used among them is InnoDB. So MySQL supported storage engines are listed out here. InnoDB, MySAM, Memory, CSV, Merge, Archive, Federated and Blackhole. These are all the MySQL storage engines. Next we can know about the advantages. So first advantage is portable. It can run on a huge number of platforms like Unix, Solaris, Windows, OS/2, etc. And it is open source. Most importantly, MySQL is made available to all as a open source software and anyone can use it free of cost by agreeing to its terms and conditions. Then next point is security. All MySQL databases are very secure and are locked with passwords that are encrypted using complex algorithms and it's never easy to breach them. The next advantage is connectivity. There are a good number of mechanisms available to connect with MySQL servers such as TCP/IP, Unix sockets and named pipes. Then next advantage is regular updates and continuous development. Being an open source platform, MySQL has a huge developer community and they release patches and updates for MySQL regularly. So this has been a guide to the MySQL server. So here we discussed about the basic concepts, examples and architectures and advantages of MySQL server.